Welcome to part 4 of McKee Guitars acoustic guitar building. And right now I got the slats heated up. I think they're about high enough probably to fry eggs off of. But I've got a heating blanket underneath there. It's custom cut for this. And then each model has its own set of stainless steel slats here. This is way better than bending over an iron. Now I do have a bending iron, but I only use that really for bending like peg head binding, Florentine cutaways, and the binding that goes into Florentine cutaway. But most everything else, I use a side bending machine because it's a lot easier, a lot faster, and I'd probably ruin a lot of sets of sides if I had to bend them by hand. So, and then if I'm bending a Venetian cutaway, there's an attachment that hooks here. It looks kind of exactly like this that cranks down over the cutaway. So this particular model will be a cutaway, but I'm just going to show you how we bend the non-cutaway side. So my slats are hot. I'm going to check my piece of wood. You only have to lightly spritz the wood. You don't have to soak them when you bend them on this. If you even bending over the iron, I just spritz them with water. I know guys have said, you know, soak them overnight and all that, but I just keep them wet when I'm bending with the iron. But this is Indian rosewood. What's great about Indian rosewood, it's very pliable and bends very easy. So what I'm going to do is slip it under the last slat here, and I got a red mark for the waist so I can get in the right spot. This will be the waist area. Try and slip it in there without burning my fingers off. Get it lined up. Get my waist mark lined up. You can't see it now. You kind of got to relatively do this quickly, but kind of take your time at the same time. I know it doesn't sound right, but you can't bend the wood too fast or you'll crack it. But you got to kind of take it easy in a hurry. So I'm going to bring down the waist portion first, since it's one of the tightest bends. You bend your tightest bend first. And this bar underneath helps kind of support that piece of wood while you're bending it. It's a good idea to wear some thick gloves because these things are hot. So I'm going to bend that a little bit like that, and then I'm going to bring the waist bar support up. And then you go ahead and bend the waist. Hear that water sizzling in there. Sometimes these things will make a popping noise when it's cooling off. Sounds like your wood's cracking, but what it's doing is just, Indian rosewood has a little bit of kind of oiliness to it somewhat, and it's just that oil relaxing off the slat coming loose, but it doesn't mean the side's cracking. So you just kind of slowly bend it. Now, tougher woods I'd wrap in foil so they keep the moisture better. Some of your tougher woods would be the bend like Paduke, Cocobolo, or a really expensive piece of Macassar ebony. I wrap that. You don't want to mess that up. That's a big loss of money if you do that. Mess that piece up. But Indian rosewood is the best with learn. So now the next tightest bend will be the upper bout. Just kind of take my time a little bit around here. Bending the cutaway is a little bit trickier because you're dealing with this crank. You got to kind of keep pressure, but you got to keep it from coming this way too fast so you can kind of bend it around the mold. And that's what you want to do, is bend the wood around the mold so you don't crack it. You don't want any space between the wood and the mold. You want to just kind of follow around the mold there. then the lower bout's last. You don't have as severe of a bend on your lower bout. And then I let it bake for about 10 minutes and then set it off to the side overnight. And I got a little thermostat there, you can see, but I don't know exactly how hot this gets. I never measured the temp, or do I really care, but I got figured out on my thermostat where to set it. I kind of have it halfway between low and high, and it seems to be about perfect. You can get it too hot and burn the woods and scorch them, and that's a problem right there. But once I'm done bending this side, it will go in. It'll go into the mold, and there will be a skeleton clamp under that. You'll see that in later videos to keep the sides clamped in. So you can catch more of these parts of this custom build. There will be more of them be coming up, so you can see all the whole process. Find it on YouTube. Look up McKee Guitars on there. Facebook. I'll definitely post on Facebook, McKee Guitars on Facebook, and you can watch the progress from there. Thanks for watching.